Ever wonder about the story behind one of history's most famous villains, the Philistines? For centuries, their name has been synonymous with being uncultured or boorish. But is that fair? Who were the real Philistines? Let's travel back in time and uncover the truth behind the myth. Our story begins around the 12th century BCE, a chaotic time known as the Late Bronze Age collapse. Great empires like the Hittites and Mycenaeans were crumbling. Cities were being abandoned. It was an era of widespread upheaval and migration. And out of this chaos, a mysterious group known as the Sea Peoples emerged, and among them were the ancestors of the Philistines. These newcomers settled on the southern coastal plain of what is now Israel and Palestine, in a region that would come to be known as Philistia. They established a powerful confederation of 5 city-states: Ashkelon, Ashdod, Ekron, Gath, and Gaza. These weren't just random settlements. They were well-planned, fortified cities that quickly became major centers of power and trade in the region. Now, you've probably heard about the Philistines from the Bible, where they are the primary adversaries of the early Israelites. Think of the epic tales of Samson and Delilah, or the legendary showdown between David and the giant Goliath of Gath. These stories paint them as a formidable, warlike people, and in many ways, they were. Archaeology backs this up. Excavations have revealed that the Philistines were master metal workers. They had a near monopoly on iron technology in the region for a time, giving them a significant military advantage. Their soldiers were well equipped with iron chariots, swords, and armor. This technological edge is likely why they were such a persistent threat to their neighbors. But calling them uncultured couldn't be further from the truth. Archaeologists have unearthed a vibrant and sophisticated culture. Their pottery, for instance, is absolutely beautiful and distinct. Initially, it showed strong connections to the Aegean world, similar to Mycenaean Greek pottery, with elegant designs of birds and fish. This points to their origins being somewhere in the Aegean, possibly Crete or Cyprus, rather than locally. Over time, their culture evolved. They adopted local Canaanite deities like Dagon, the god of grain, and Astarte, the goddess of fertility. They were skilled brewers and enjoyed their beer, as evidenced by the discovery of breweries and distinctive beer-drinking vessels. They had a complex economy, trading goods like olive oil and textiles across the Mediterranean. They weren't just warriors. They were artisans, merchants, and city builders. So where did they go? The Philistines dominated the coastal plain for nearly 600 years. Their downfall began with the rise of powerful new empires. In 600 BCE, the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II swept through the region. He conquered and destroyed the Philistine cities, deporting many of their inhabitants, just as he did with the kingdom of Judah. After the Babylonian conquest, the Philistines, as a distinct cultural and political entity, essentially vanished from the historical record. They assimilated into the surrounding populations, and their unique language and traditions faded into memory. So, the Philistines were not just one-dimensional villains. They were a dynamic and resilient people, a fascinating blend of Aegean origins and Near Eastern adaptation. They built powerful cities, mastered new technologies, and created a unique culture that thrived for centuries. Their story is a powerful reminder that history is often written by the victors, and that beneath the surface of ancient rivalries, there are always complex and fascinating human stories waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.